What is up, my butter biscuits? Within today's video, we're going to be talking about Jeffree Star because he just announced on his story yesterday that he was banned from TikTok. It was a temporary ban, but then right after that, he just announced that he's going to be doing a new style of video. And I'm like, y'all, originally I wanted to make this a two-part video, like two separate videos, but then I was like, let me just go ahead and throw it in one video because I'm like, honestly, y'all, low-key, I get a little bit scared sometimes with YouTube. I feel like if you make multiple videos with the same person in the title, then I feel like they could like ding you. Do you know what I mean? Because it could be deemed as like harassment. So I was like, let me just go ahead and throw this within one video. Well, basically, the first part of what he was talking about is that he got banned from TikTok and he doesn't even know why, which I find to be really weird because if you guys follow Jeffree Star on TikTok, that fool is on TikTok live like every single day. And I gotta keep it real with you. I watch all these other like drama videos like Spill Session, stuff like that. And so many other people are always talking about like Jason Nash and the old Vlog Squad members being on TikTok live every day. And I want to know how much money they're pulling in because why is everyone always on TikTok live? Like, how lucrative is it? I feel like maybe I should go live on there sometimes to like test it out because why is everyone and their mom on TikTok live all the time? Well, he got banned for something that he did say within his live. He did say that he was talking about politics. I will play his clip within today's video. And I just want to say, y'all, I don't know, I'm a little bit scared of TikTok. I feel like anything you say can be taken the wrong way and then it'll get you banned, which I think really sucks. Like, y'all know me, I'm a firm believer in freedom of speech. And obviously that doesn't mean saying anything outlandish and hurtful. And like, you know what I mean? But I mean, like, say, for example, if you just give your political view, like, you shouldn't be banned over that. Do you know what I mean? So that's where I'm like, oh, I'm a little bit scared over there. Honestly, too, what really triggers me about TikTok is that my friend commented, y'all, once again, we all use the B word. Let me just say it. You know, I don't want to get dinged on here. We all use the B word as in like a term of endearment. So to me, I'm like, what? She commented on my video saying, oh my God, bitch, really? And TikTok deleted her comment. I was like, what? And they like sent her like a post basically saying like, oh, this can be like hurtful or whatever, derogatory. And I'm like, it literally is a term of endearment. Like, you can't say the B word on TikTok. So I get a little bit scared on TikTok, to be quite real with you guys. And I'm like, you know what? Me on live, I feel like if I was editing a video or like recording a video, like I feel like I could do good at it. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously, like with this, I've done a really good job on here of like not cussing so much. But y'all, if I'm on live or like on my podcast, if you guys watch my podcast, you guys know, look, we're talking for 2 hours plus. Clearly, I'm gonna be my full authentic self. And I'm like, yo, cuss words come out, but on live, that could be taken a different way, and then TikTok can, you know, ban your account or whatever. And then I do want to say too, specifically, like if you're a celebrity or a big person like James Charles, you do have TikTok reps that you can speak to actually get your account reinstated. But if you're a normal person like me, like y'all, if my account was to get banned, like I have seen people be banned for months and months and months from live. So I'm like, let me just like not even take that chance over there. Anyways, after he did announce that, he did talk about a new style of video that he's going to be doing on his TikTok as well as his Instagram Reels. I do want to say, in my personal opinion, now it comes across like he is copying James Charles. The reason for that being, and I feel like he really dropped the ball with this, is because he now says that he's going to be testing out products from his lab that are unreleased to see what the public feels about them. So that way he can kind of like show them, get their thoughts and opinions before finalizing these samples to make it a product. That way he can sell it to the consumer. Y'all know, if you guys have been watching my channel for a hot minute, I have been saying for the longest time, I feel like he's really dropped the ball on this because ever since he did the conspiracy videos with Shane Dawson, I was like so fascinated with looking at the behind the scenes process of creating the makeup, and it really made me excited to purchase that product because I'm like, oh, this is so cool to be able to like go up in the labs and see the creative process behind it. And I've been saying ever since then, I feel like that was like a home run idea. And y'all, he just never did it since, you know? And then now, fast forward to 2023, James Charles is announcing his brand. He's like teasing this, talking about this product before it gets finalized. And I feel like now it's kind of become James Charles' thing to do. And then now in 2024, now Jeffree Star is doing that again, which I think all along he really dropped the ball with that because I think people would have loved to be within the creative process of creating this or that. You know what I mean? It just makes you want the product more because you're like, oh my God, my opinion was like heard on this. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like he should have done that all along, but now it's kind of like, I wonder. Anyway, so we're going to be talking about that within today's video. Once again, I do have quite a bit of clips to play, so sorry if this video does get really lengthy. Maybe I should have just made it 2 parts, but whatever. Also, too, I do want to say this before jumping into the video. Like right before this, I did test out a product, which I was planning on filming like a little YouTube short or a TikTok or something, trying out this new Anastasia Brow Freeze, which is in the tube, not the one that's like in the pot, you know? I was super excited to try this because everyone on TikTok like made it seem amazing. They were like, "Oh, it doesn't have like the like weird cast. It doesn't like goop up." And I'm like, "Y'all, I started to notice that everyone that was testing it out didn't have thick brow hairs like mine, and I honestly am not a fan. Like I do want to say like look, like it holds my brows up, you know, but first of all, it like is shiny. I don't like that. I don't like a brow gel to be shiny. And on top of that too, it started to get like gunkiness that like how do you call it when it, like balls up, do you know? And I was like, yeah, not a fan of this. And it kind of sucks because I was like, I really want to like this because it looks really, really good. But this is why I don't do that like laminated brow look, is because there's like no brow gel that like holds mine up without getting that like bally texturiness. You know what I mean? So anyway, just want to let you guys know that that didn't work out for me. If you guys do have thinner brow hairs, I do definitely think that it would work really, really good. But for me, in order for them to like stand up, I got to use a decent amount of product, and then it gets shiny and then it gets bally. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, just want to let you guys know about that. Also, there is a new podcast up. The link will be down below, so make sure you guys go show some love over there and check that out. And let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about right here is Jeffree Star announcing that he was banned from TikTok. And I think that this is kind of crazy because he did say within his video, which I will play in just a little bit, that he thinks it's because he said something political, because he was on live and he was talking about politics and his opinion on this or that, and then bam, he was blocked or like banned for 7 days. And I think that this sucks, y'all. And I feel like this is where we get into this territory of like, ooh, things get really, really scary, because whether you don't want to hear the opinion or not, maybe you don't agree with it, somebody is fully entitled to that opinion. I scroll through TikTok all day long, y'all, and I'm literally on TikTok and I'm like, don't agree with that, don't agree with that. But everyone should be fully entitled to their opinion. And I feel like, y'all, especially within America, like we got our free speech over here, and that's something that I really take precious. Of course, you shouldn't be out there saying anything offensive, derogatory, or hurtful, like intentionally trying to hurt somebody. Do you know what I mean? But if you have an opinion about, oh, like I really feel like the sky is green, I feel like you should be able to say that. Do you know what I mean? And you shouldn't get banned for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the clip right here from Jeffree Star's story so you can see what he had to say about it.
I know a lot of people have been asking Jeffree, why have you not been live on TikTok? And I'm just going to give you a little short explanation. So this past Sunday, I was live in the morning for about an hour, and my live was getting really political. I was talking about stuff like the moon landing and the election and just everything going on with the world. I wasn't stating that I know any facts. I was just giving my opinions, asking my chat, everything. And in the last hour of my live, 200,000 people were clicking, interacting, and responding to what I was saying. I started talking about things a little too political, maybe. I'm really kind of unsure, and I got banned. Shut down, my live completely gone. I went and rewatched what I said. I don't think I said anything wrong. I was just stating opinions. I didn't say that what I said was factual. I just wanted to start a conversation like I've been doing for 20 years on the internet. I got a 7-day ban. I am not allowed to go live or do anything for 7 days. I can upload makeup reviews and stuff on my page. I can't go live. There's also a live event happening right now, which I can no longer participate in. And it just seems like I'm being punished for my opinion. So this is a little new for me. I'm always very transparent with you guys about what goes on the internet. And I go live all the time. I love TikTok. It's an amazing app. I've been live since May of last year. It's been an amazing journey. I've had so many connections, new friendships. So many of you get to interact with me, like, you know, right there, one-on-one. I can see your comments. I can respond. It's so much fun. I'm not sure why the fun is stopping. I'm not sure what I said that was so wrong. From a grown man that wears makeup, that is not a political figure. I'm just an internet personality. I'm a makeup mogul. I'm a businessman. And I feel like I did something wrong, or I'm being made to feel like I did something wrong. So that feeling is not good at all. You guys know I always stand up for freedom of speech. So I'm very devastated by the decision. 7 days of silence is wild. I'm not sure what I did to deserve that, but I'm gonna respect the decision. I just wanted to let you guys know what has been going on, and I'm really, really sorry that I haven't been live. It's been a big part of my life the last 6-7 months, and I've had so much fun with you guys, so thank you for bearing with me. I love you, and I'll see you soon.
As y'all can see, he's like, what? I don't even know what the reason is. You know what my thing is too that really bothers me about TikTok is whenever you get banned or whenever you get like a comment deleted or whatever the case is, I feel like they should tell you the exact reason as to what it was. Because if you're on live for 2 hours, or say, for example, like if I did a 2.5 hour podcast and like YouTube took it down or whatever, and they didn't tell me the reason, within 2.5 hours, do you know how many things I said? It could have been anything. I feel like these systems really need to work a little bit better and to say what it was that triggered the system to make you get a ban. Because I just feel like, how are you going to learn to move forward? You know what I mean? Like, say, for example, if I said something on there that like, oh, what if the robot heard this, or that? You know what I mean? Like, how would you know to filter that out? How would you know to change that? Do you know what I mean? I feel like we just get into a really tricky territory. But honestly, I have seen it time and time again, specifically with TikTok, that they are just, I don't know, like very, very sensitive. And I just don't think that that's okay. And also, I have to say it's a little bit weird too, because y'all, I don't think I've ever told you guys this before. I posted this stupid TikTok, like so stupid. Like, I was literally drunk as hell wearing my friend's like pajama and shirt, and like she threw a hot Cheetos like it's not a hot Cheeto. It's a hot Cheeto, like a peanut, you know? And it like landed in my belly button. I posted that and they had deleted it for indecent exposure. And I was like, it's a belly button. Like, the TikTok is still up now. It's such a hot mess. Like, y'all, I look tragic. But I was like, whatever, I don't care. And this is like during the pandemic and I was just messing around, right? And I was like, indecent exposure? Like, how is my belly button indecent exposure? But y'all, I'm telling you guys, like during this time and even now, I'll see like girls just bouncing their big old jugs like to get OnlyFans followers. And I'm like, but that's okay. And then you'll see guys like walking around purposely in like gray sweatpants showing their ding dong. And that's okay. Do you know what I mean? That's where I'm like, I don't understand what's going on with the TikTok system. Anyways, make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about that. Now, I do want to go ahead and talk about this new idea that he has to share kind of like the creative process with new products. Now, you guys know I love this idea. I'm such a huge fan of this. I just think that Jeffree Star, especially being that he, in my opinion, especially for like as long as he's had his brand now, I feel like he should have stuck with this for the longest period of time. This should have been his idea, because I think that he got such good like, what's the word I want to use? I feel like he got such good press, and I feel like he got such good reviews for the conspiracy docu-series because so many people were interested in the creative process of making the makeup. And I feel like he should have ran with this idea ever since then, and I feel like he would have had a little bit more of a connection with his followers as well as his customers and him when it comes down to the creative process, especially being that y'all, that docu-series had millions upon millions of views. I think that he should have ran with this idea. But nonetheless, now he's going to be doing this whole little series on his Instagram as well as his TikTok of like trying out new products that he receives from the lab. And another thing that I have to say about this is I do feel like it could get a little bit tricky, because people are going to obviously expect something. Say, for example, like this new formula of bronzer I'll show you guys in just a bit that he is showing off. He has a cool tone one, he has a warm tone one, and say, for example, people can fall in love with that specific color. Say, for example, you have his skin tone and you see it on him, and then what if he ends up making changes, and then people may get a little bit upset about that. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, this is not the same color. But nonetheless, I do think it is a great idea. I feel like it's a great way to connect with your consumer base and to see what they like and what they would purchase. I feel like if I had a brand, I would fully do this, especially being like on TikTok and stuff like that. The fact that like, say for example, oh my gosh, I just got in the mail right now a lab sample of this new cream bronzer that I want to try out. I can go onto TikTok, create a little, video about it and say, what do you guys feel about this? Like, do you guys like the texture? Do you guys like the finish? Do you guys like the color? What would you change about this? And if there's a mass amount of people saying, oh, you know what, that's too warm tone, you didn't make it a little bit more cool, I can take that into consideration, send it back to the lab, they'll send me another one, and then say, hey, this is the updated formula, like this is the updated color, what do you guys think about it now? I feel like that is so cool. Anyways, go ahead and check out this TikTok right here.
We're going to review something, but it's not from any brand. It is from one of my makeup labs. And you may be wondering, Jeffree, what the hell does that mean? We are starting a new series here on TikTok where I'm going to be trying things and lab samples from the makeup manufacturers. New things that I'm currently working on. We're going to try them right here for you guys to judge. New year, new format. So today we're going to be trying a cream bronzer. Now I know I did a documentary on the makeup industry and how to create a product 4 years ago. It's still on YouTube. It broke records. I want to dive into the business side of things again. So we are going to be playing with a new poured cream bronzer formula. This is made in Italy and this is for my brand. This is going to come out potentially later this year. Now I've been working on this formula for a while. Today we're going to try a new version and see if I love or hate it. Usually I'm doing this off camera for hours, but I love that I finally get to do it with someone else. So we're gonna hydrate our skin with that Magic Star Hydrating Moisturizer from Jeffree Star Skincare. We're in Wyoming. We have no time to be dry. Shout out to everyone that watched my Laura Mercier foundation review. Baby, this foundation is epic, okay? And if you haven't seen my review, fast forward, it's epic. Oh, boom. All right, foundation, concealer are laid. Now, this is the step in my makeup where I would apply cream bronzer, poured bronzer, liquid bronzer, whatever it's gonna be. But today, we're trying my new formula. So I have a lot of shades here. My lab made a lot. I said, hi, we need a beautiful shade range. Now, we have a warm one and we have a cool one for my complexion, so we're just gonna try them. I usually mess up my face and put bronzer everywhere, see how I like it. I'll use a beauty sponge, I'll use a angled brush, I'll use a more dense brush. This is how you try a new formula. All right, we're gonna go in with the more cool one and we're just gonna try it. Now, as the brand owner, this has to be up to my standards to reach you guys. So when you get a sample in the mail from your lab, it will come in a little component like this with no labeling on it, of course, and it just has a serial number. So if you like it, you can approve it. And if you hate it, you can adjust and make notes. This is the more cool shade. Remember, this is made in Italy. We're just gonna try some on our hand. We see that it has pigment. Let's just blend it with the foundation and see if we love or hate it. Ooh, a little goes a long way, and that's what I wanted. So when you lay it down, you can immediately buff it out. It has to immediately work. I don't want the customer to have to take an hour to blend. This needs to just be like boom, boom, pow. Oh.
So as you guys can see, he is checking out that formula. I do have to say I love the idea. I just feel like now, I bet you James Charles is going to be like, oh, he's copying me because he owns a brand and like, oh, I'm doing this first, you know. But I do have to say, in my personal opinion, I do feel like Jeffree Star kind of did this first with the whole conspiracy collection because y'all, you got to see in the labs, you got to see the creating of the colors, you got to see the creating of the color story, and obviously people can give their feedback. And then they did actually come out with a revised version of the mini palette. I don't know if you guys remember with that shade green, and they like called the green like put it back. Do you know what I mean? Because the people were saying, no, we wanted that green color so much. So I do have to say, although now I can understand how some people may be like, oh, he's copying James Charles. In my opinion too, I could understand if you don't know the conspiracy like whole docu-series, then you'll be like, wait, this seems like it's copying James Charles. But regardless, y'all, my personal opinion, I like that he's doing this. I do think that it is a good idea. I think it's fun. I think it's exciting. And on top of that too, I feel like it's really cool because you get to see the creative process of things. I just really wonder though if he's going to listen to the consumer's feedback about things. Like, will he really change it? Do you know what I mean? Anyways, make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout.